right, day 6 complete. It is now almost 9 p.m., so getting close to my bedtime. Um, Today I did legs. I wanted to start off the day with hack squats like I did last leg day. However, since I went at like 7 p.m. today rather than like the 9 a.m. that I usually do, I ran into a lot of foot traffic at the gym today. A lot of foot traffic. And so I ended up doing the squat press, which I guess is just a leg press with a fancy name. Didn't like it as much as the hack squat, but I still went hard. You know, only did like 2 plates and a 25 on each side, which I say only to satisfy people who are just 1,000 times stronger than me. But that's great for me. My legs are so weak. I mean, if I have any work to do, it's like from the waist down. Like my calves are tiny, quads, hamstrings, unbalanced, like lower back pain, the whole nine. So 2 plates and 25, not bad. I went slow, controlling the weight the whole time, trying to get a good stretch, trying to really feel it in the quads, or legs or wherever. I really felt it on the inner quad for sure, but I could definitely tell that my right leg is working more because the pump is crazy and the fatigue is insane on it. I mean, I could feel the muscle just in so much pain and just full of blood, while the left one was just kind of pushing along. But hopefully the single leg curls and the single leg extensions help with that balance, which I did do after the leg presses. I was tight for time. I went a little later than I thought, and I have to come home so my wife would go to Walmart and the kids go to bed and get my nightly routine done. Calorie count yesterday, I was actually under 2,200, so I still had like 36 calories left when I went to bed. However, today with my last meal here, it puts me at 76 over. But again, I mean, those are minor details. I mean, a lot of the macros I input are kind of guesstimates anyway, but I'm just trying to find a pattern I can manipulate, and in turn will manipulate my weight and composition. But legs was still good. I still went hard. I didn't get to do calves, which very disappointing, but it's all right because I still went to the gym. I showed up and I went as hard as I could for the time I had. But yeah, this food was amazing. I probably should wait till after the video to eat it. And if you're curious, this was about 200 grams of round of eye steak, which, I mean, I looked it up and looked at like 3 different websites that had 3 different numbers on it. So I ended up just going with like 25 grams of protein per 100 grams of that piece of steak and about 6 grams of fat. And I cooked it in olive oil. And so that turned into like 50 grams of protein and 12 grams of fat, which I had like 20 something grams of fat left. And then I'm eating about 150 grams of fried rice that I made with jasmine rice. So I just looked up like cooked jasmine rice, looked for like an average number, which was, again, 100 grams was like 28 grams of carbs. So did 150 of that, which was like 42 grams of carbs. Some of that weight was some of the vegetables in there and some of the egg in there. Didn't really count the protein in the egg because whatever, it's small crumbs compared to the giant cake that I'm trying to eat here. But yeah, this will be my last meal, which is so unfortunate. I usually like to leave some kind of carbs for the nighttime because I cannot, well, I'm gonna have to, but typically it's hard to stop myself from walking over to that pantry full of cookies, cereal, candy, and I love sweets, especially baked sweets, cookies, cake. My wife's got like some rice cake sitting in the pantry that I haven't got to try because I keep messing up and not leaving enough carbs for the night. It's just so hard to do. But doing this does show me how much I was actually overeating. I mean, when you start, dividing up your calories into macronutrients, like you try to hit your protein, hit some fats, get your carbs in, you realize really you've been eating so much worse than you thought. You're like, oh no, my diet's not too bad. You count your calories and I guarantee you you're not hitting your protein and you're way over on carbs. I mean, it is not hard to eat too many carbs. Sugar, if it has sugar, it's got a shit ton of carbs, period. So yeah, that was a nice little learning experience, but it's helped because, calculating and counting my calories does give me a bit more mindful, self-control over what I put in my mouth. And it works. It works. I mean, it's worked to, give me a like almost 10-pound weight difference from a year ago to today. But I do think body composition wise, I'm, way, way, way better than I was back when I was just eating whatever I wanted. And I tried a lot of weird fad diets, like I did the keto diet, lost a shit ton of weight, but it wasn't very hard for me to regain that weight. Then I did the carnivore diet, which was fantastic. I mean, I dropped a bunch of weight. I'm feeling beach ready, just because I was small and you could see like the top two abs. Energy levels were off the charts. I felt amazing, but I love cookies and cake, and to think the rest of my life, this beautiful life full of beautiful flavors, I was never gonna have any of them. It was very depressing. So counting calories seems to work for me because I get to, still indulge in a little bit of what I like to eat, cookies, cake, as long as I track it and I make sure that by the end of the day I hit what I said I would hit, then I don't feel any type of way about it. I don't feel bad about eating a cookie. I don't feel bad about eating a piece of cake or a bread, because I know number-wise what that is and what's going to happen and what I'm putting in my body and how much I can actually afford to eat. And so, unlike back then when I was eating packs of cookies, now I look at the back and it goes, 3 cookies, 19 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fat. And I'm like, ooh, 3 cookies it is, because I can't afford more than that. So it's a nice self-control tool. But yeah, tomorrow will be back day. So I'm excited for that. I've decided that my back day, well, before I get into that, I think for the next couple weeks, for leg day, I'm definitely gonna do like back extensions first, because I did them at the end of my workout today and I really felt them in my hamstrings, lower back, and I think that would be a good way to warm all of that up, because I feel like that's where a lot of my problems stem from. So I'll do back extensions first to really warm up. Then I'll do, maybe some leg extensions to warm up the quads and the knees. And then hack squats for sure. I'm getting back to the hack squats. Definitely like the way they felt more than the leg press did. And squats are just out of the question for me. For now, I'm definitely open to trying them again later on when I feel stronger and have a better base. Excuse me. What else? What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Leg extensions, hack squat, and then from the hack squat, I'll probably go right into single leg laying leg curls. I like the laying leg curls because I tried the seated leg curl, and I don't feel like I really get the stretch like I do in the laying leg curls, and it's really hard to do single legs on a machine that's meant for both your feet. And with the imbalance in my legs, I can't really afford to do them both at the same time. My right leg will just be working the whole workout session while my left just tags along. So yeah, single leg laying leg curls, followed by some single leg extensions, followed by some finally calves. I really need to work on my calves. I mean, it almost feels like the muscle is non-existent on my calves. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the steady workout until I really feel like I'm making improvement on the exercises that I'm doing, and I can switch it up. Switching it up all the time, which I have been over the last year. I mean, almost every workout has been different. It's just kind of left me feeling uncertain all the time. So I'm kind of just gonna tighten up my workout into a couple of very similar, if not the same workouts for a month, 2 months, maybe all 3 months, and see how it works. See what happens. This is like a live experiment for me. I've always been interested in it. I've listened to a lot of podcasts on it. I listen to just about any fitness YouTuber who's putting out any kind of lifting information. I at least tune in just to see if there's something new in the world, which from when I first learned it from my bodybuilder friend back in 2012 in Afghanistan to, what I'm hearing now, it's basically the same. Not a lot of difference in how to build muscle, even though science has just backed some claims and, made other claims useless and pointless. But for the most part, go in there, go hard, get close to failure, and just what you're doing outside of the gym needs to help with your growth, because just going in there, doing the workouts, I mean, you'll get some results for sure, but I do think, focusing on at least your diet, getting that protein in for sure, will just improve your gains. I can't remember the podcast I was watching, but there was apparently a scientific study that literally said just getting your 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, just doing that builds muscle. Like, muscle will just start to be built because you have enough protein to build it. So if you're not doing that and you're working out, I mean, you're really just exhausting yourself. But my wife's on the way home, so that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, so not bad for number 4. Looking forward to number 5, and hopefully me smacking this ball a bunch of times during my conversation with myself and you guys wasn't too annoying. See you guys tomorrow. Look at them future huge delts. One day. Come on, turn off, man. What's going on? All right, my camera won't stop recording. I don't know. I love having a stupid phone.